Welcome back to day 2 of this scratch Winnebago build. If you haven't seen part 1, I recommend going back and watching it to get to this point. But for now, we got a lot of work to do here. I did a lot of filing last night. Really took down this front end quite a bit to get it a little bit more realistic. It's looking real good. It's looking real good. Probably time to figure out what I'm going to do with this bed. Like that. So our bed is obviously going to go inside. I don't want the cart to rest on top, contrary to what you may think. I want the cart to be inside the walls. However, I want to have enough room for our wheels to clear, which is going to be difficult because I haven't picked out wheels. That works for me. I'm going to be able to file the back here and blend these two pieces together into a nice little point. And as long as this thing isn't jacked up, I should be able to just pretty well drive right up on it. A little bit of this. And we will let that do its thing. Alright, I want to make a grill. So I'm going to cut up a bunch of this round, I want to call it round bar, randomly about the width of the Jimmy Bago here. These Winnebagos actually have 2 grills, so we're going to do both. So I got them all taped down. Once all our pieces are all stuck together on the tape, just apply some cement and we'll weld them all together, and once it dries it'll be one crispy little sheet, and then we'll have to weld the other side before we go any further with that. That's a good start for a grill. Good start. I looked and looked and looked. I could not find anything metal that I could use for this, so we're going the styrene route. Now we'll do the back. Here, see a little log timber wall. Ooh. Gotta make sure that's fully cured. I don't want to mess around with it for now. Just to make it easier, I put a little backing plate on here. Keeps everything nice and secure. Cut that in half. And that'll leave me with 2 grills. One for the top. And there's a smaller one down below. So this thing's supposed to have rounded edges on all sides, so I'm going to go ahead and sand my face off. Beauty. So that's going to go about center. So maybe I'll mark this out, score the back, and see if I can't bend this. Slightest bend in there so it fits my body nice. And the only thing I have to figure out is if I want to drill this and countersink it in there. That would be epic. All this work, we're down to this little piggy. There's one happy little guy. This part's going to take a while, so I'm going to go ahead and get this hole opened up. And we'll get that little grill in there and see how it looks. I would like to tell you that was fun, but it wasn't. It was kind of a nightmare. Okay, so now we got a little smaller grill, same idea, just as ugly. And then I got some headlights I got to do here. Alright, got her in there. It was a doozy. That guy. Whew. Okay, so I got headlights, we got a front bumper. That's gonna be fun. Headlights and a front bumper. Headlights will be easy. I feel like putting some bumperettes on this thing. I'll be able to trim the bottom after. I'm normally not into bumperettes, but it's gonna be cool on this one. Get everything looking straight here. When in doubt, cement. So I put a couple little bumperettes on there. I think they're a little bit big right now. I'm going to be trimming the bottoms off them, and I might even file them down a little bit sharper, but it's all part of the look, you know. When you're doing an old Winnebago, everything's got to be old looking. It's getting started on my luggage rack up here. So I got to cut out a whole bunch of little uprights and start gluing. I already sanded this part, so it's pretty well ready for paint. So if you're gluing a whole bunch of stuff on that you don't want to work around, make sure you do that first. But I definitely want me a little luggage rack. It's probably going to be shorter than taller. I think shorter is going to be more stylish at the moment. And then we're doing a ladder on this side. That's why I didn't put a window there. You need a ladder to get up there. Let me keep going on this. We'll check back in once I get a rail on there. That's starting to look pretty legit. So while this stuff is all drying up, I want to make sure this is absolutely dry because I'm going to file the tops of these little posts, get them all level before I stick on the rail. So let's do something else. Let's get the thinnest possible stuff I got. Yes, yes. So old Winnebagos, you know, they're pretty crudely built. They're kind of built like Jimmy's trailer. Like this. You know, they got big bulky trim around everything. That'd be ideal. I don't know if I could do that on the windows. It might look silly. It might look okay. I don't know. But for starters, we'll get this door trimmed up. We'll open this side up a little bit more and even it out. Just trying to work my way around. Get these on there one at a time. Very, very tedious. Very tedious. Yet pretty awesome at the same time. Almost done with the roof rack here, and then we are going to maybe do a tire rack or something like that. So I'm going to finish this off and I'll be right back. Got a rack on. Rack's looking great. I was thinking we'll put it on our ladder. I'm going to do the uprights before I do the rungs this time, I think. Be easier than trying to deal with everything at the same time. I'm going to get this one straightened out, glued, and then I'm going to throw in some of these rungs and we'll move on. Hoping to get painting soon here. I'd like to get this done. It's been a long process, but she's looking really good. I just need to get some headlights. Put a little speed bump in the back. Hold our Beetle up. I was thinking about putting a tire rack in here, and I was thinking, you know what, it'll look cool if we throw them up here in the luggage area. So that's probably what we're gonna do. So I'd like to finish this ladder, do some headlights, see about some glass, and then hopefully get painting. That would be my goal for today. So things are coming along pretty good, Almost ready to start thinking about doing some painting, but there's a couple more things I would like to get going on here. I need mirrors, I need side markers. And I think I'm going to raise up the back here just a smidgen to kind of really get the car in there more than on top of there. So I'm going to raise these walls up a little bit, kind of turn it into like a trim, I think is what's going to happen. So for the most part I got our base figured out. Got some sweet wheels on there, got some big moons, which I think look really good. I think the hardest part now is going to be styling this thing and getting the paint right. Oh, I need my headlights in too. Okay, so we got work to do here. Got some bar stock here, so I'll cut out some little skinnies. It's real good. I spilled my glue yesterday. And the cement, and I ruined my mat. So those of you who suggested I get one of those rubber squeeze bottles that has the little precision tip on it, yep. Definitely something I need, because I don't know, I wasn't paying attention and I knocked it over. Only spilt maybe a quarter of it, but yeah, the top of my mat is just gone, as you can see. So I don't know, I might flip this mat and we'll go back to green until I can get another one of these. I'm a little bit bummed out, but it's a nice mat, these ones. It's a nice mat. Starting to dislike this trim a little bit, but it's kind of too late now. Once it's bonded on there, you're kind of screwed. You might be able to chip it off and sand it, but it's not worth it. We're just going to take it as a lesson learned at this point. And we're going to move on. If you haven't had your coffee in the morning, this stuff's pretty tough to work with. Get a little shaky. Or if you've had too much coffee in the morning, which is probably my case, it's also pretty tough to work with. One thing I figured out, if you got these little hairs and you're continually chasing them around with sandpaper and stuff, just take a little whisk of your glue and just kind of chase everywhere around where you might have those little furs, and it's just going to melt them in. And you get nice crispy lines when you're done. Okay, we got side markers, we got mirrors. Okay, I think I'm good with that. I'm going to let this dry real good. I'm going to get it in the paint booth and we're going to prime it for starters. But first I'll probably give this a rinse in the sink and try to get all the extra dust and whatever off. So we got a nice clean paint job. Almost forgot to show you guys the headlights. Put in my little turn indicators, and then I countersunk the headlights so that I could use these, which are off of the M2 machine Studebaker. So after paint, those should just go right in, and we got nice chrome headlights. Feel me? Yeah. Studebaker is an awesome source of parts. Comes completely apart. You could get chrome bumpers. I almost put the Studebaker grill on this bad boy. It's close. It's even got the right kind of angle. So it would have went right on. So that would have been real cool maybe. I don't know. Most people probably wouldn't have even known it was a Studebaker grill. It's off of this truck. It's now a parts wagon. And the box comes off this one too, so you can use the box for your other hot rod projects, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm ready. Let's prime this thing. Alright. So I had a little bit of problems with painting. I ended up painting it twice. But because it's styrene, I can't strip it and repaint it, so I went with one color and ended up going darker. So I'm going to just show you where we're at. So what I ended up doing was an emerald green candy. I wanted to paint it, you know, like a factory Winnebago, but I got a little bit freaked out because since I made this out of styrene, there's no shot. If you mess up the paint job, the project is scrapped. So I wanted to do, you know, like an original paint job with the W on the side and everything and two-tone, but I got freaked out, so I just did it in one. And she's glossy, she's sexy, but that's not your traditional Winnebago, as you can see. Looks pretty good with the roof rack. My grill and my lights and everything turned out pretty good. Pretty good. I got some big moons on there, which I'm feeling. So overall, I'd say she's looking pretty good. Pretty good. The paint's nice anyways, considering it's styrene. So at this point, I'd like to just finish off with some glass, and I think we're going to call it a day on this one. I was thinking I might as well do some green glass. Be cool. This is styrene. It's green, transparent styrene. So I think we're just going to do this. It's going to be cool. If I ever had the opportunity to build another complete car out of styrene, I think I would turn it down because this thing has caused me a lot of stress. I'd much rather work on just regular die-cast. How's that going to look? I think it's going to look cool. Yeah, I'm sticking with all green. I like it. Getting so worried about messing up my paint, and yet I don't have a paper towel down. What's up with that, yo? Hells yeah, Jimmy. Hells yeah, man. I don't even know where Jimmy is. Jimmy's been MIA. Okay, so we got the sides done. Looking pimp. Now for the front here, I want it to have hinging glass. If you know what I mean by hinging glass. Chunks of glass that are like open like an old school bus. Alright, that's where things get crazy. Alright, I'm calling her done. It was a heck of a lot of work. Heck of a lot of work trying to get this thing done. But I think it's pretty badass. We could put our buggy on the back here. Room to spare. I don't know if I'm feeling the dark paint completely, but overall, it's a nice ride. So anyway, that's our Winnebago project. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It took me a lot of time. I don't think I'll be doing anything this intense with the styrene for a while. I'm going to use it more as an accessory builder than a primary building platform. Thank God for a little bit of green candy though. It kind of saved this project a little bit, I think. Laying down some glossy paint is always something I have in my back pocket if we need it. So I guess possibilities are pretty much endless. You can build whatever the heck you want. It just so happened I built this little hauler today, and I'm excited to see what you guys build. Definitely going to be more styrene in our future. I'm building a drift car next. I'm doing a challenge with a fellow named Diecast Show Customs, and we're going to be posting that Friday, so I got to get going on my drift car ASAP. ASAP. So I'm going to be doing that, so make sure you go check out his channel, subscribe, yada yada. If you guys like this video, leave me a thumbs up. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, bros. Seacrest out.